What's going on? Welcome to the Mills Factor Podcast. Today, I'm just going to talk a little bit about Joe Biden and his most recent kind of interview about the job situation and unemployment and assistance and stimulus, because it seems to me like we're just really not making any progress on this. And also maybe like the focus is just not in the right place. So I'm gonna play real quick what I'm gonna have two interviews, so I want to talk a little bit about them, and then we'll kind of go from there. And I'm gonna try to do this live too, maybe tomorrow. We'll try to do a live one. Gonna watch UFC 259. Really enjoy that, so maybe we'll stream that as well. All right, so up first is this little clip right here from CBS. So let's just fire it up.
1 in 5 Americans are behind in their rent. 1 in 10 are behind in their mortgages. How many people do you know that will go to bed tonight staring to the ceiling and say, God, what is going to happen if I don't get my job, if I don't have my unemployment check? What's happened to me? I'm losing my health insurance. What do I do? This is the United States of America, for God's sake. We invest in people who are in need.
Okay. All right, Mr. Biden. I want to know what you've done so far to invest in people. Because right now, I don't see anything really changing. Now, granted, we give you the benefit of the doubt that you've only been there for like 6 weeks. Right? But it felt like, at least under Trump, that jobs were... He was trying to create jobs any way possible. The pandemic destroyed jobs, absolutely obliterated the job market. Just unreal damage to it. However many millions of people were unemployed. And then we have to do something about that. And you can give people unemployment. Sure. I mean, that helps. And it took a while for that to kick in. And stimulus checks, that helped some people. For sure, if you were a single individual in America with no kids, no dependents, and you had, a job, maybe a roommate, just to say you're in your like mid-20s or early 30s, and you're just working, barely getting by, or maybe just packing away a little bit, that stimulus check didn't help you a whole lot. That didn't go very far. So when Trump wanted to do another one, and it just got pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed back. And then he's going, so we're going to give you $2,000. Everyone needs $2,000. $2,000 helps. If you had a family of 4 with 2 breadwinners, 2 people working, even if they were laid off, that brings you a pretty good chunk of money. You could have gotten $6,000 or $8,000. That goes a long way. $1,000 doesn't go that far. $1,200 doesn't go that far. $600 definitely doesn't go very far. So I feel like we should be doing something about getting people jobs. Like, what are we going to do? What are people going to do? Gig workers laid off. Event workers laid off. It's too much. We need a solution to the job market, right? We don't just need free money. This feels like it's just a big push toward the socialism aspect of it. Like, you just stay home. Just stay home. You don't need to work. We'll figure it out. Listen, if that many people are behind on their rent and that many people are behind on their mortgage. So in America, we rely heavily, like way heavily, on credit scores for everything. I'm going through this right now with renting a home where I live. Anything can affect your credit. Anything at all. You could have immaculate credit score for most of your life. 700s, 800s, just great credit. You can miss one payment. Not even miss it. Honestly, you pay it. It's just late. You can late pay one time, and it will tank your credit 100 points. Across the board. All of them. And now you can't get, now you're damaged. Damaged goods. So what are these people going to do if 1 in 5 is behind on their rent? Guess what? You can't rent anything. You get it, your lease is up and you get out, you're out of that house or that apartment or that condo, whatever it is that you're leasing. Good luck. Now, the mortgage companies, that's going to be a little different. If you're behind on your mortgage, that's a little easier forbearance. You can work with the mortgage company. They can come up with programs that help you with your loans. You're in a better spot if you're a homeowner. But if you're a renter, like millions, tens of millions of people rent, you're screwed. You better stay where you're at, because go tell somebody else who's renting a house or an apartment. Just go tell them, yeah, I was behind like three months. I was behind 2 months. You're not getting in. You're just not going to get that place. We need to do something about the job situation. That's what we need. Unemployment benefits, they're going to run out, and guess what? Congress is just going to drag their feet again. We'll talk about it after recess. I can't deal with that. It's not good enough. You spent too much time trying to impeach Donald Trump for the second time. And my liberal friends on social media, their response is, oh, we can they multitask. They're doing bullshit. It's March 5th. And this stimulus is just now going in. We need jobs. We need to open up things. People need to be able to go to work and feel comfortable going to work. Let's start with that. I'm going to go to the next clip here, which is a recent interview with him about the stimulus and the job aid package.
Service to others. And with that, I will turn it over to the President of the United States.
Thanks for being here, everybody. This is important, and I appreciate you being willing to come and tell your stories. I wanted this to be a conversation about what the impact of the $1,400 that our plan has for every American out there, and to make sure that I understand what you...
I'll pause real quick, because I am in Atlanta, and Georgia Senate runoff was a pretty big deal, right? $2,000 stimulus checks. They ran on that, they ran that promise hard and wet. You know what I'm saying? Here we are in March, $1,400. So you got 6 already. No, the 6 was before you were in office, before they were elected. We were talking $600. So now we're saying $2,000. Well, the combined average $2,000. All right, let's go. $1,400.
think is important about it, if you think it's important. And I also want to, people you're about to meet, the millions of people who are going to help with this, I think, with this check. That's going to make a big difference in terms of their lives. And people in the country are hurting right now with less than 2 weeks from enhanced unemployment checks being cut out.
So we've got less than 2 weeks currently for enhanced unemployment check stopping, which means if you're currently getting unemployment and you get let's say $300 a week, and now you're getting an additional $300 from the government, or $400, depending on what state you're in, that money is going to go away. You still get your regular unemployment, but the added benefit is going away. So that's a big deal. We're 2 weeks away from that. Now, when they passed this the second time, 2021, it took 6 weeks or something for that to kick in for a lot. Some people still probably haven't gotten it, but it took that much longer. So if we're 2 weeks away and they haven't passed it, then we're going to be talking about another 4, 6, 8 weeks before that comes back in. So if you're heavily relying on that $300, $1,200 a month, if you're making unemployment now and your state's cap is at $400 a week, you're going to be pretty screwed here in about 2 weeks.
And 7 million kids don't have enough food. 13 million people are behind in their rent. And the American Rescue Plan, I believe, and according to the polling data, the vast majority of Americans believe is essential to giving them some help and to turn it around. And I think it's going to provide immediate relief for millions of people that are going to be able to use it. And
$1,400 is not immediate relief. I mean, it's something. right? So where I live, $1,400 will maybe, if you live in a one or maybe a 2-bedroom apartment, maybe will pay your rent for 1 month. That's it, maybe. Most of the places I'm looking at renting, average homes, that's like just over half. So not really immediately relieving anything. And if you're behind on your rent, definitely no relief. I mean, you're not relieved until you're caught up on your rent. So I don't know. It's something. It's not immediate.
In a very constructive way, and also grow the economy in the process. But it's essential getting kids back to
I don't
school.
know how we're going to do that. How's $1,400 grow the economy? Because in order, you just print money and you give it to people, but they can't spend it because nothing's open. So what it grows Amazon for sure, Walmart grows these essential businesses, but we need to put people back to work. People need to go back to work. That's what's going to grow the economy. Not giving you $1,400.
But it's essential getting kids back to school safely. It is also getting a life.
Now in Atlanta, my kids are in school. They've been in school all year. Now we got offered the option for them to stay home and do virtual learning, or they could go back to school. But they go to school. They have to wear a mask. They go full time. Schools are open, and nobody in our school has died. They have had kids that have said they've had COVID, and they've kind of like done this shuffling thing. There's not cubicles around their desks. They just have masks on. And there's like some limited activities they can't do that they used to do.
It is also getting a lifeline to small businesses, many of whom, 400,000, have gone under.
That's a big number, 400,000 small businesses. And the lifeline that he's talking about, I do believe, with the Paytech Protection Round 2, they just amended that so that if you are a self-employed person or you're a contractor gig worker, you can now apply for the PPP Round 2 loan. And you could also apply for Round 1 again if there's still money left, that you could actually get both of them moving forward. But they're trying to streamline it to make it easier for self-employed people. If you were an Etsy seller, if you were an Uber driver, if you were, shoe shining down at the airport, you could go get you a PPP loan. And the application is super simple. I mean, it's a Schedule C form. It's really mild documentation to even get that money. Now that is helpful because the loan is going to be pretty much forgivable.
Affecting entire communities. And it is clearly necessary, a lifeline for getting the upper hand against COVID-19 and getting under control.
What does that mean? What's the upper hand on COVID-19? Because you're not fighting COVID-19. It's not what we're doing here. We're not going to fight this. The virus is not going to go away. You're going to get a vaccine, and we don't even know what the ramifications of that are going to be yet. We just know if you get the vaccine that you might not get the full symptoms of COVID. But we really don't know what the full ramifications of that are going to be.
That isn't some academic discussion. It's about you. It's about people like you and families I grew up with all over America. And, you've all lived lives of service. You not only have taken care of yourself and your families, but you've lived lives of service to help other people as well. And so, again, this isn't an academic discussion. You deserve our thanks and our support. And I'm going to hand it back to Cedric so we can hear from you all while the press is still in here.
So that was a whole lot of nothing, right? We got no answers to anything important, which, what big surprise. He didn't give us anything to look forward to at all. We need to do something about it, but we're not doing anything about it. So what's the plan of attack? We don't have one. It's March. Vaccines have been out since November, pretty much. We saw them getting vaccinated election time. So what are we doing? What are we going to do? We're 3 months into this year. And unless you've gone out there and grabbed it by the balls, you're just struggling. Small businesses struggling. Look, I run two businesses. and I do it by myself. And it's tough, man. It's real tough dealing with vendors and shipping and product supply and demand and customers, and people are impatient now. Look, we got a lot of extra time on our hands. So if you're out there and you're struggling, dude, I'm with you on that. It is it's a tough go of it. You need to get out there and not wait. Don't wait on this dude right here to solve your problem. Because that dude barely knows where he's at this point. I'd rather listen to this chick who's over here just signing it up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm kind of over it. I'm just over it. So I'd like to hear your thoughts. Leave me some comments and I will address them in the next video. But I saw this pop up today about him just ranting on about it. And we need progress. We need to move forward. Texas is saying, open it up. Full bore. Florida's been doing their own thing. It's a big tourist industries. A lot of money being lost. Think about how many people alone work in Disney World. Orlando, Florida. How many people alone work there? I know at one point when I went to Disney World a couple years back, 60,000 employees in that whole theme park genre area. 60,000 people work there. That's a lot of people. What are they doing? Some of them are working. Not all of them. Some of them. Got to open it up. We need venues open. We need things to do. People need jobs. So if you're out there, I appreciate you listening. Stay tuned for more content. I'm just kind of getting started. But this one kind of struck a nerve. So leave me some comments. I'll catch you later.